Plaintiff Teresa Ryder moved in with the defendant and his wife to help around the house and with her children. Teresa claims while she was living at the defendant's home, he assaulted her and was arrested. Teresa suing the defendant for the value of personal property. Defendant Ronald Ramsberger insists Teresa had him falsely arrested for assault, and he claims he was only defending himself. Ronald admits that he kicked Teresa out and threw away some of her property, but insists it was only after she attacked him. He's countersuing her for unpaid rent.
Start with you.
Well, I met Ronald and his wife Annette in January of '07. Annette asked me if I would move in with her because her and Ronald had been having problems. And he was sleeping in the solarium on a mattress. So I moved in to help take care of her kid and to clean, cook, whatever, plus I worked. And that was in January of '08. And then, okay, gotta put the glasses on now. In May, Ron lost his job by failing a drug test for the second time and running into a wall where he worked.
I hate when that happens.
Well, let's get to him then. Let him give some background. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, there's a couple of facts that she's misstated already, and she had me charged with battery.
Okay.
She had me charged with battery, falsely.
All right.
Falsely, if I may add that.
Were you convicted?
Yeah, he had no bond, no bail, just picture and fingerprints and.
No, convicted.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's wrong. That's what I'm saying. No bail, no bond, or nothing.
Right, but
yeah, okay.
You were convicted.
Yes,
Right.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm saying it was a case of self-defense. I'm still going to say it. I know what they said, but I'm still going to say it was self-defense.
How did your personal property become damaged or missing?
Okay, when I first moved in, I had to start barricading. Her and I both had to start barricading our doors, because Ron would roam around the house all night and stay up all night and have people in and out all night, and he'd pop into our room, so we were barricading the doors.
He popped into his own wife's room. And that was a problem?
Yes, because
Why?
they were getting a divorce.
Oh, okay.
And he had been in the solarium since May. This is October.
You did say he was sleeping in the solarium.
So
you weren't sleeping on the mattress?
Yes, I was, but I never popped into her room without knocking.
How
Never
about
at
your
night.
wife's?
If I had to go in for socks or a piece of clothing or something, yeah, because all my clothes were still in there.
You didn't put your clothes and stuff under the mattress?
No.
I'm just asking. People put a lot of things under the mattress.
No.
Money and dope.
No.
And a lot of people put a lot of things under their mattress. Go ahead.
No, I never know.
Let's get to your property, ma'am.
The first police report was him throwing me across the room.
Okay.
The second police report was on the property.
Okay, let's see that one. And tell me about the property before you give me the report. Were you looking over the report again to try and make sure that you tell the truth?
Yeah.
Make sure that what you're about to say is consistent with the report.
Okay.
Police report indicates what regarding your property?
He threw it all in the compactor.
How did it come about that you had to move or that you did?
Okay, that's the first police report when he threw me across the room.
The one he was convicted for.
Right. I moved out temporarily until things calmed down.
As you should.
Well, then after a week or so, I realized it wasn't quite so temporary. So I tried to get my belongings. And every time I would try to get my belongings, I was told by his wife that, no, he won't let you in. You can't come in. But I had a key to the door and everything. So finally I said, I'm going in. I'll take the police with me. It doesn't matter. I need my things. So she came down that afternoon to tell me that Ron had threw all my stuff into the dumpster. So I immediately called the police. He said I gave her a month to get them out. She didn't. I threw them away.
Why did she move, to your knowledge? Was it regarding the altercation?
Yeah, because I kicked her
All right.
out.
What day was the altercation?
January 24th.
All right. And you gave her 30 days after the altercation?
No, sir. Well, she moved out the next day. I told her to get out, and she was out the next day. Because she was bad-mouthing me.
Bad-mouthing you how?
Bad-mouthing. Well, she started by calling me at work, first yelling about the dog leaving a mess on the rug, and then about the rent situation. And she just kept going and going, and I hung up on her at work. And I got home about 5 minutes later and she started in again. And I told her if she didn't like it, she could leave. And she said, well, make me leave. Well, I went to her room. I said, let me help you pack. And I just about had my hands on some of her stuff when she attacked me, put the claw marks down the back of my neck. I had 2 witnesses to that.
We're not going to deal with that, sir. You've been convicted. You've been convicted. We're not going back over that. Go ahead, ma'am. Your property?
The policeman, after we went up there, Ron said that there was some stuff there. So I had a key. We went to the apartment. All that was left was my fan, my TV.
You have the list of what was missing, sir. What happened to her property?
It went in the compactor, but that TV was not hers.
All right. The other items, you threw them away.
Yes.
All right. Your counterclaim for $675 is for what?
July, August, and September back rent.
How much per month?
$225.
And why didn't you evict her then?
Well, she was friends with the wife. I gave her a chance. I mean, she did look for a job now and then.
Okay. Ma'am?
Okay, this is a letter from his wife.
Let's see it, please.
Stating how much I was paying to her and what I was doing there.
What did she say you owe?
I don't know anything.
And she says that?
Yes, sir.
Could you read that part to me? Young lady, do you want to speak as a witness? Stand up, say your name.
My name is Catherine Waller. I'm here as her friend and her employer. I was there several occasions when she called and tried to get her belongings, and been there several times when she's called Annette and attempted to get her things and always been told later, later, later.
All right. Ma'am, you have that about the rent?
It says I was paid $225 every month going towards rent, food, utility bills, whatever was needed.
Every month?
Every month.
All right. Yes, sir. Well, that's what your wife says.
Well, it says from October to January.
That's what you have from your wife?
I have signed by my wife.
Same letter from your wife. September to January.
Doesn't look like this.
October to January.
I'm sorry, October to January. Okay, she did pay October to January. So what's your point?
No, I'm saying
that's what this says.
July?
She didn't say she did not pay July and August and September. This one says she's paid every month. This one says she paid October to January, reinforcing that she paid. Now, with regard to the personal properties, ma'am, I see you've given me a list. He admits to throwing your things out. He illegally evicted you. Judgment for the plaintiff, your claim is dismissed.